Hi, this is a review on the Yamaha 841 Custom Duet oboes. They are lined in the top joint, which is great. Gives you peace of mind. So it helps to prevent the cracks that can occur, especially on non-lined instruments. Some of the pros of these instruments are the intonation, the response, the depth, and the fact that it can take a reed that isn't as refined. For example, on a Loré, it can accept kind of a worse reed, which can be very helpful when times are stressful and you have a lot of performances or rehearsals, and you can kind of milk that one reed maybe a little bit longer, which for me is nice. The things that it lacks, especially compared to a Loré, is what I was coming from. A little bit the poetry in the tone is lost a little bit, flexibility, maybe a lack of color in comparison. But I've tried to make that up with choosing a Kingwood instrument. Sometimes I'll use a Grenadilla bell to kind of help out with the tone production. There's the, here's this bell here, and then in a prior video I was showing you the ring inserts that I put in there, and that kind of also helps to elongate that sound and connect the instrument a little bit better. I also replace all the skin pads with cork, and probably another important step, which I find makes a really big difference in the left-hand notes. I put Royal octave vents in both octave first and second, and I find that kind of helps to focus the instrument a little bit more. In terms of choosing one of these, compared to a Loré, I found that choosing a Yamaha that is very tight may not be the best thing, because they don't really, especially with the plastic inserts, they don't really loosen up compared to a Loré. Whereas with the Loré, I kind of would choose a tighter one, and I would just know that it would really relax like 50%. These ones might only change 10–15%. So trying Yamahas that are really tight, just be aware that they're not going to release as much. And I think another tip, especially if you're a young oboist changing to one of these ones, I think it's really important that you really learn how to make a reed on a Yamaha, sorry, rather on a Loré instrument, just because they require so much more finesse in the reed, and then you're able to kind of bring those techniques over to a Yamaha. And if you're playing on a Yamaha, you may not be able to develop those kind of skill sets or brush strokes, let's say, if you're if you play on a Yamaha, because they are kind of like a keyboard instrument. They just kind of want to play really easily. So that's kind of my thinking about these instruments, and it's kind of made my life a lot easier playing these, and I'm just kind of figuring more stuff out about them. I've had this one for about a year now. If you have any questions, you can always just leave me a message.